On this episode of NSFW Show, we are joined by All About Android's own Jason Howell, as well as special guest Aaron Newcomb. We talk about, for the final time, the planning stages of our book, The Diamond Club, an erotic scheme, which will come to fruition in but a few weeks. Also, we watch some viral videos, we talk about Spider-Man, and Brian makes an embarrassing comment about a Nazi. It's all coming up on this week's edition of NSFW Show.
So to speak.
Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for NSFW is brought to you by CacheFly at CacheFly.com.
This is NSFW episode 135, recorded on July 10th, 2012. So to speak.
Clever girl.
That means it's go time for NSFW, the new show full of wit, the new sauce for the Weberness, the show that is nominally safe for work. Howdy, folks. My name is Brian Brushwood, and I'm joined by my inimitable co-host, one Justin Goebbels Young. What is up, Professor J.R.Y.?
Go Goebbels?
You had Goebbels all over your face. You were in the middle of doing the dance, but you were all pixelated. You had Goebbels. That's what we always call them. They're like Goebbels.
Not like Goebbels, like the Nazi officer.
No, not like that, Goebbels. Let me make it very clear. That's not what I meant.
Stop the music and apologize to all of our Jewish viewers.
I didn't mean that, Goebbels. We always called it Goebbels. In fact, before I ever even heard the name Goebbels in the other context. Can you look
face up to the camera and apologize? We've really gotten off to a terrible start.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brian Brushwood, and I was just raised that Goebbels were artifacts in digital video games. A friend of mine overheated his video card, and there were Goebbels everywhere. We didn't know when we were growing up that it was also the name of a propagandist for the Nazi party. So I apologize.
Actually, Brian, we're getting this in. It was Goebbels.
See? That's what I'm saying. Wait, you made me apologize over nothing?
And we're live! NSFW Show. I'm Justin Robert Young, and boy, I'll tell you, we started this here show. We're like, you want to know what? I don't know what smells on the Twitch stream, but it is delicious. Whatever was just on here, we need to get ourselves some of that. A piece of that pie, if you will.
Well, it's like,
and that's why we walked
in.
Two of the chefs to stay on.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't mind, Justin, I like to think of it as we walked in with like armloads of Count Chocula under each of our arms, and then all of a sudden we sniffed a 7-course meal that they were just having, and all of a sudden we instantly dropped Chocula and Blueberry all over the floor, and then we walked over and we're like, hey, bro, how about you shove some of that meat in our face?
Exactly. You want to know what that smell really was, Brian?
What?
Actual listeners and viewers to their program. Something they have and we don't, but you want to know what? We have them, and that's all that matters. Jason Howell and Aaron Newcomb of All About Android, welcome.
Here we go. We got our phones. We're ready to go.
Check
out our phoners.
Check out our phoners. You guys do have raging phoners that you've just whipped out and shoved in our faces. But even weirder is like you guys have gang tats all over your computers. You've got
these are. Yeah, man. We take this stuff seriously, yo.
Apparently you do. That's heavy duty, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then, like, it's like the line you walk that you like an Apple, you like a Mac laptop, but you don't want to be like acting like you don't want to be perpetrating like you're repping iOS or anything. So
I'm sorry, it sounded like you said you'd be perpetrating like you're repping iOS.
That's what I said with my mouth. So you got Goebbels in your ears.
Stop perpetrating like I'm repping with iOS in my mouth.
All right. Well, yes. I mean, like, they need to chickadee check themselves before they wreck themselves, and thus they put the logos of the Android on the back of their computers so they don't have the iOS and it's on the Apple. Okay, here we go.
All right. No, that's great. So for those of you guys who don't know, we essentially literally the intention for this episode is it was going to be just me and Justin, but then we couldn't resist. Anytime we have the opportunity to have someone as funny and as talented as Jason and Aaron on the show, we're going to shamelessly ask them to rearrange their schedule and not go home to their families and instead hang out with us to do utter horse crap, including what, Justin Robert Young?
Oh my God. Well, Brian found a mystical, magical book that we're probably going to delve into, but that book is good. And we'll probably have fun with that book. But the book that we really need to focus on, well, there's that book. Brian, go ahead and tilt that book.
Wait. You're like
Let me
the
get my
monolith.
spectacles
It's
out.
coming in.
Hold
It's
on,
gonna
man.
do. This is no lie.
Superstars, TV Superstars scrapbook from 19...
This is my weekly reader book from 1985 called TV Superstars, and on the cover it prominently features Michael Knight, B.A. Baracus, the cast of Family Ties, and of course Different Strokes as well. So somebody in the chat room is saying that they had it as well, and clearly I'm going through storage. It's like it's 25 years ago. It's a Magic Jamboree, and I figure there's gold in this book somewhere. We'll figure out where later in the episode, but we have more important things to discuss.
Yeah, all right. So if you've been following the show, we've been putting together the great erotic fiction ebook heist of 2012.
Which
and you want to know what? Jason and Aaron do not know what the hell we're doing.
Yeah,
Do you know this would be a great time for us to maybe catch people up if they haven't caught the last couple episodes, but want to know what is going on.
So let me say this much, Jason and Aaron. First of all, you guys are busy fellas. Plus, you both have penises. My guess is you guys have not taken a look at what the top 10 of ebook sales on the iTunes bookstores have been in the last couple of months. Have you?
I can only guess that that Shades of Grey book is somewhere there.
50 Shades of Grey.
Dominant. Top 30.
It's worse than
it's raging on that list, right?
It's raging hard on that list. It's raging hard on the list.
Yes.
It's raging so hard on that list, it's leaving a mark, a permanent mark.
I mean,
Wow.
The top
it is
3 spots
shooting its
at
success
once.
all over the place. It's amazing. So the important thing is that the 50 Shades of Grey is number 1, number 2, and number 3. But here's what we did not anticipate. We thought this was like, oh, what a hilarious fan fiction phenomenon that will come and go, so to speak. But instead,
I like what you did there.
instead, what we have
I
discovered,
don't understand that.
instead, what we have discovered is that it has staying power, and it just keeps on thrusting to the top repeatedly, and that it's dominating the other books, and in fact,
And it's leaving its mark. Don't forget that.
Oh yeah,
Yes, it
no,
is.
definitely.
so at this
It's
point,
really applied a harness to the top 3 spots and is giving it a good rogering.
I think it's fair to
I
say
think I broke it.
that it's totally put. Wait, what are you guys drinking? You guys got beer over there. That's delightful. Okay, so here's the thing: is that it's rocking the top 10, but now the pretenders to the throne are showing up as well. These are books that look
It's a boom.
identical. They are identical in cover and style and title to the 50 Shades of Grey market. And in fact, when the Scam School books hit the top 10, the 8 remaining books on the top 10, 7 of them were also erotic fiction books, right? So we figure it could be that we have, reached a renaissance of superior writing, and it happens to be about boners and ladies. Or it could be that this is a fad. And if it's a fad, we want to cash in on the fad.
Yeah.
So are we
that-
going to create our own on this episode?
Oh, yes. No. We've already. That's fill him in.
Excellent question. Grab that barrel fraud.
Fill him in, so to speak, Justin Robert Young.
Yes.
So, don't worry. I will. All right. So we have, over the last couple weeks, been working with Chat Realm, the best fan base in the internet, and they've been writing chapter by chapter their own erotic fiction ebook, for which we're going to release, and we're going to push up to the top 10 of the iTunes bookstore, and hopefully we're going to keep it there because it's going to be written under a nom de plume, and for all the insanity and silliness that will inherently be a part of it, it will hold true to what the other top 10 ebooks are, which is chock full of banging.
Right.
Lot
Not
of
so much.
sweat,
Not so
lot of-
much good writing. Not
No.
so much consistent writing. Not so much writing that even really makes sense. But there's going to be so many. There's going to be boobies and butts and things that go on boobies and butts and
in other things.
And in boobies and
over-
butts. Sure,
over
yeah.
Things, around things.
no, it'll be
It's just-
amazing.
It's amazing. So basically, here's the thumbnail sketch of where we're at right now, guys. The book is going to be called The Diamond Club. It's going to be about our heroine, Brianna Young, who is a coder for a gigantic, massive dating site, and all of a sudden finds out that her relationship with the founder is now irreparably broken as he has moved on to somebody else. And she takes this news horribly and bangs everybody in San Francisco. And
She takes it hard.
yeah.
no,
Does
takes
she
it
ever?
Very hard.
Yes, exactly, and in multiple ways. What was it? Try Before You Buy. BI was one of the chapters that we read before.
That was where she bangs a female Apple genius.
Right. Specifically in the alley behind the Apple store, which I thought was very classy of whoever wrote that. But the important thing is, look, in all seriousness, guys, I think this thing has a legitimate shot at hitting number one. The only negative feedback I've gotten on the whole thing, Justin, and this is something I haven't brought up to you yet. So I caught somebody in the chat room saying, you know what? I'm not into this thing because it sounds like Brian just wants more money, but not to bother to write a book. And at 99 cents, I don't think you guys realize.
Number one, that's totally wrong. Because Brian and Justin want more money.
Okay, all right, but the important thing is. Okay, well, look. All right. Here's the important thing is, look, think about it this way. If we could, we would do this for free, but there's no way to get on an important list without having you pay 90, and you got to pay something, so you might as well pay 99 cents.
Taking the tiny sum of the money.
The important thing is that, look, think about it this way. If you want to call yourself Diamond Club, if you want to be DC till you DIE, once a year, we're going to ask you to actually spend money. And that we're going to say this year, the dues are you have to make an iTunes account and you got to give us 99 cents,
Listen, yeah, if you dig it, then do it. I think it's going to be very funny. I think we're going to have a great chance to get it in the top 10. And basically, it's a very silly project. If you like it, then do it. If you don't, then don't.
Okay,
I mean, really,
no, I'm not okay with that. If you don't like it, that's fine. But understand, you're not allowed to do this symbol. You're not allowed to say you're part of the Diamond Club. And if I catch you in chat doing the greater than less than symbol, you're out. You're out, buddy. It's dues.
We're checking.
You gotta pay. You gotta pay your dues.
We're checking your papers.
Exactly.
Your papers better be a receipt to the iTunes store for 99 cents.
Exactly, man. That's what I'm saying.
99 cents that goes directly in our pockets.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so
Can we? All right, go ahead.
yeah, all the money that we do collect, we are going to put to a big Dragon Con party. So if you can make it out to Dragon Con at the end of August, it's going to be a hilarious, awesome time. And it'll be made better because we have a little bit of extra scratch. Listen, the things that actually make me and Brian money are to a very small extent when we sold the shirts at Dragon Con, and to a slightly larger extent the comedy album Night Attack. Like, that made us money. This will make us no money.
Right.
I mean, if it's like a big runaway thing, then like maybe, but even then that would just be something that I could, like, I don't know, buy something small like a pool with or something.
So you mean we're not going to make any money off of this either?
Oh, goodness, no. In fact, we're actually charging you to appear on the show this evening. We think it's great that you guys have gone in for it.
I thought this beer was free.
No, goodness, no. That's
That's just the beginning.
Oh,
that's our new catchphrase. Me and Justin. Anytime somebody suggests that anything's free, we're like, oh goodness, no.
Oh, good God.
Oh
no.
boy, no.
No.
IS is actually going to come to your house tonight with an invoice for that beer you're making.
That's nothing new.
And
Okay.
oh, go ahead.
So here's what we need to do tonight. We need to settle down on how many chapters we have. Do we have enough material for a book? If we don't have enough, how much more do we need? And I have written the first chapter of the book, and we can edit it live and either decide that that's what we want to go with, decide that it's not, change elements, because I made a few tweaks that I thought would make the story a little bit more explosive, but I don't know. I was just taking artistic license.
That's already. I think this is a good idea. Well, let's check in with our guests real quick. Is there any questions you guys have about what we're up to so far? Do you follow our goal and our ambitions here?
I follow the promise of your novel. Yes. I'm curious. I really want to hear more.
Well, I'll tell you what. This is the kind of thing. Our goal is, I have faith. I mean, right now there are 180 single-spaced pages up in the Google Doc. Unfortunately, most of those are like half-finished pages. A bunch of people, Kuhan put together an Excel spreadsheet of everyone saying how completed their chapters are. We got a lot of chapters. Justin has the opening thrust of the story, so to speak, and then
it thrusts.
And then
I think we all know what you're saying.
From then on out, it's all revenge banging from there on. But I have confidence that everybody can buy at the exact same time at the exact same thing. Pay your dues to this show, because we don't ask you for any money directly, but we do ask you to participate in Horse Apple shenanigans. This is it, man. We hit this thing to number one. Here's what we love about this idea. This thing hits number one, and that's it. We're doing a tour on CNN. We're talking to Fox News. We're talking to all these guys. And we have promised the audience that if they do that, we will make a mockery of the interview process and instead make a game of weaving in as many references to Twit and NSFW as we can during our interviews. Right, Justin?
Without a doubt. There will be just a complete mockery made of everything. And that's really what this is. This is not for the advancement of me and Brian's careers or bank accounts. It is nothing but taking what is happening right now, which is an erotic fiction ebook boom, where quality writing is kind of toned down in favor of nothing but banging. And we're doing that, where we are providing a commentary on our times, and it is nothing but silliness.
Okay, so with that in mind, real quick, this is the doc right here. We got this is a photo of our fake.
Yeah. By the way, that's our nom de plume, guys. Our nom de plume is Patricia Harkins Bradley.
Yep, and that's actually, which we think is a great name. We're totally believing this. She already has a Twitter account. Harkins tweets. They're already pre-written. My husband is my best resource for finding creative, steamy synonyms for bedroom excitement. It's all coming out in my upcoming book. So they're already writing the backstory on all of this. Fullydateable.com already has its own.
That's the fake dating site in the story, and that will be the front for the book itself.
Yeah, and so and we got all kinds of different. You could see. Oh, look at this! They're literally writing it live right in front of us. Point is, we're very excited about all this. Do you want to just read your chapter right now, Justin?
Sure. Now, mind you guys, just the first draft, okay?
We won't judge you.
No judging, okay? Yeah. So
it's not the size of the chapter; it's how you tell it.
Indeed, it's how we do. And just to let everybody know what was going on, me and Brian talked about. We wanted a chapter that was something that when people got the sample chapter, when they're just looking to buy it and they're like, okay, click sample chapter, this is the thing that we want to come up that's well written enough that it doesn't look like complete gibberish, but certainly brings a lot of the key sexy revenge.
And also sets up the story. I'll tell you what, I actually just sent over to you, Jason. I sent you the text in a Gmail. Can we get maybe you and Aaron to sort of tag team and bang this thing out?
I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Let's see here. I have it here. How should this be read?
Well, it's all written from first person and that's not us. That's our goal is to model everything that makes these other books super popular. So the other books are first person perspective. So our book is going to be first person. And let me again. For anyone who's tired of listening to this is the last week you're going to hear about the writing. We're releasing this thing in a week. Is that right, Justin?
Yes. We should probably figure that out by the end of the episode. But I'm pretty sure it's a week.
It doesn't matter how good it is. We got a fake name, we got a picture, we got a cover, we got some words that are in the book. It doesn't matter. This thing's gonna be utter crap and hit number 1. It's gonna be amazing.
All right, so we have it. So you want us to just kind of
financial windfall?
The Huffington Post model is what we're calling it.
Yes,
all right, you guys.
You do all the work, and we reap all the rewards.
So the question is, gentlemen, you guys split that up however you want, but we want you to tag team this thing and read this chapter for us.
All right. Let's
Well,
see
actually,
here.
it's 3. It's 3 sections. So you
3
guys-
sections. I'll take the first section.
Yeah.
I'll take the first section.
So to speak.
Huh?
All right, go.
All right. All right. Here we go.
Hold on. Let me add some emotional music. Here we go. Go.
You bastard! I
Hold
would have
on.
sworn the
Whoa,
person
wait,
next
whoa,
to me.
I'm sorry. Go. What was that?
Jason, I'm gonna need you to read it in a lady's voice.
Oh, right. This is okay.
It's a lady
right?
who's
It's a lady's
the main
story.
character, so you got to
Yeah.
read it in a lady's voice.
All right.
The entire thing.
The entire goddamn thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think that's
All right.
that's
I
fair.
I can do this.
All right.
This is old hat. I can do this.
All right. Here we go. All right. Go for it. Here we go.
You bastard! I would have sworn the person next to me said the words, but they came from my mouth, my body, my soul. My right hand that dropped the cup of overpriced coffee on my well-worn Converse sneakers. My left hand dropped my iPhone on the concrete, sending it dancing down the street. My iPhone, that's where I read it. Just a few simple words that changed my life forever. One simple push message that sounded the custom chime of her fully dateable app. Roman Dial is now married to Bonnie Beryl. Married,
all right, real
not
quick.
engaged, married. It had to be a mistake. Her
All right,
trembling
all right.
fingers skittered across the screen, attempting to swipe the logo from left to right.
Okay. All right. Real quick.
really-
Pause right there. I got to talk to the author. Justin.
Yeah.
You know my wife, don't you?
Who?
my wife. She's appeared by voice on this show a number of times.
You're married?
I've got 2.5 kids.
Wait.
Because I don't remember in our discussion. I don't remember us, having a character named Bonnie. Because that's my wife's name, and it just seemed a little bit weird that you would make her the bitch who married Roman.
Well, number one, total mistake. Total coincidence.
It's
on my
random,
part.
huh? It's weird.
Very weird.
Weird.
I guess. Yeah. No. I don't know. We didn't have a name for that character, and I'm like, I need a girl's name, and I was trying to write it as fast as possible, and I'm like,
So you used my wife to be the total whore who stole.
she's not a whore. She's the other woman. They're both kind of separated by this bad guy.
All right. I'm sorry. Let's get back to the story. I'm sorry. Continue reading, Jason.
All right. I'll speed it up. There's a lot of text here.
Sure.
to get
Just
through.
jump ahead if you need to.
Okay, all right. I would later find out that the tens of thousands of flirty updates posted in the entire history of Fully Dateable since Roman founded it in college with code that I wrote from scratch and never got any credit for, that post received the most upvotes. Ironic because an hour before he posted it, an hour before Roman Dial proposed to and shotgun married a girl he only met 2 months ago, I was under him. Scene.
Okay. And then snap to
And that's when we time shift back. Now flashback. Begin flash.
back. All right. So Aaron takes over. Go for it. Now, is this the hot section where she switches from iOS over to Android?
Yes.
Ooh, I can read that.
This should be easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Do I also have to do a woman's voice, or
Yes, you do.
I don't know if I can top Jason. He's pretty good at this. All right, I'll give it my best shot. Roman Dial's soft brown hair bobbed back and forth in the golden rays of the San Francisco sun as I accepted his friend request. What he lacked in a delicate nature as a lover, he made up for in charisma. He always knew exactly when to look into my eyes, making me feel like I was the only girl in the world, like I was his. We'd done this since college. I was a senior and he was a freshman. He knew a couple of friends that went to his high school who'd received venture capital funding for internet startups. Everybody here must be from the Bay Area. What's going on with this?
No, that's intentional. We actually
Okay.
we wrote up a list of like things, buzzwords, and you'll notice like the people she bangs are like a cupcake artist, a food truck driver.
Yeah.
Everything was supposed to be as trendy as we could make it.
Like a Zumba instructor, a vlogger.
Everybody has a new startup they're trying to pitch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, in fact, I think the first person she bangs is an angel investor who hates her
Yes.
ex-boyfriend. Yeah.
All right, this is just getting good, so here we go.
All right.
Ever the competitive Spitfire, he wanted the same, only more. He wanted more than what his friends got because he had a better idea. He would do for dating websites what Facebook did for social networks. He was going to become the king of the internet. The one problem was he didn't have the first clue how to do it. And so there I was, always a sucker for his charm. Late nights led to soft touches on the arm. Soft touches led to warm kisses. Warm kisses led to slick, sweaty sex. Sex I never dreamed I'd have. Being so focused on my work, this was the perfect release. I could finally my work. You got the good part, Jason. This is. Need to take another drink.
Help!
Oh man.
It's almost over. That's what I keep telling myself.
All right. Oopsie on the.
Sorry.
That should have been censored.
Can't you just beep that out?
Yeah, sure. We will. We will. Keep going.
All right, here we go.
Keep going, Aaron.
Why did I decide to stay for this?
Because it's epic. Keep going.
All right, here we go. My work pinched my nipple as I began to edge towards climax. Reflexively looking around the room, I noticed a small box on top of his cell phone. I thought his sister's birthday was last week. I bet it's the earrings she liked, the ones with the big turquoise stones. I'm ready, he grunted. Turquoise was the last color I saw as we came together. After cleaning up, he got dressed quicker than normal. Hey, Bree, I got to run some errands. Just let yourself out. Are you going to be by the office later? We need to talk about the IPO. Where else would I be? I said playfully. I think I'm going to head right there after I get some coffee. Sweet. See you later, pretty. He kissed me on the lips with that perfect level of passion I always knew he always knew how to give. Just long enough to mean more than anyone else. Of course, he was the only one, or at least the only one who mattered. The only one I'd ever really given myself to sexually.
All right, that's pretty. Wait, is that the end?
There's two more sentences.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. I always knew about the other girls, but he was a force of nature, a charisma supernova. We never stopped. And after they were gone, I'll still be there. The door closed as I picked my black cotton thong panties from the floor. Scene.
This is true
now-
gold right here. This is going to the top.
Are you're talking about so far, or what's left to overcome?
I just mean that if this is any indication of the writing of the entire book, this is going to the top of the list. This could be a top. It could also be a bottom. At the
Okay.
top.
It is.
I'm telling you,
it is.
I'm going to tell you this much, Justin. This is how much open contempt I have for the people who get tricked into buying this book. Is I'm half tempted to include the unfinished chapters in the book, just as is. just like have it clearly get like 2/3 of the way through and then stop, and then it's the next chapter. We should do that at least once. All right, is there a third element to this,
Yeah, no,
There's
we
a-
come back to present time.
so to speak?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like a harp glissando.
Yes.
I picked up my phone and hit the home button. On instinct, I hit my email app and scanned the subject lines. I'm in shock. I can't believe he married her. This is going too far. Me and him are done. That's it. I won't be the other woman this time. I'm not just his toy. I was right. There it was. The subject line read, "The IPO" from Roman Dial. The only words in the body of the text were, "You are out of the IPO and out of the company. I never wanted it to be like this. Sorry. You bastard."
Is that how it ends?
That's how it ends.
Yes.
I'm not quite sure how to say the frowny face at the end of sorry, though.
Yes.
Wait, did
He
you
does-
did you actually put a frowny face in the text of this book?
Yeah, Roman Dial.
Oh, okay.
After he kicks her out of the company, has a frowny face, which I thought was the douchiest way to kick somebody out of the company.
I don't like this Roman.
Well, that's
No,
just
he's
it.
a real piece of work. Isn't
Yeah.
he?
It's like, don't you just want to have revenge on him by having sex with as many people as you can at a risque club called the Diamond Club?
It's the first thing I thought about.
I figured that was the case. By the way, Gordon McLeod, who is an author in his own right, send us this tweet. If you're going to leave half-written chapter, I wonder if I should leave mine as is. It's third person and very short, so to speak.
Okay. I is that a sexual innuendo? 'Cause-
What? Very short?
Well,
It was
in
around
third
one
person.
point.
There is the third person that you've banged, and he's very short.
Well, because all right, Huar is saying that we had said that John C. Dvorak would make an appearance in the book, and I was going to write the Dvorak chapter initially, but I think I wanted to write this one. So really, here's the big question: is that initially we had said what we wanted to do was have it just be her being jilted because Roman gets engaged, and I decided to make a Squarespace.com change of plans
right.
and make it so he gets married. So there was more of a finality to it.
All right, look, here's the important thing, and we should take a moment. I don't know if do we have any sponsors? Chad, we did not get any kind of rundown on today. Is there a place we can check about sponsors?
There are no sponsors this episode.
This episode brought to you by scamschoolbook.com. Scamschoolbook.com. What's that, you ask? It's a website that makes possible all your dreams about books about the series Scam School, which I'm told is a great show. I've not actually seen it myself, but apparently there are videos in it and audibles that are called at last minute and audio commentary tracks. Scamschoolbook.com brings you this episode of NSFW show. All right, go ahead.
Here we go. So yeah, I mean, all right, Brian, this is the first time you've heard or read this chapter. Well, what do you say?
It's good. It's good. Not enough banging, but that's all right. You had to set up the story. Now, no, but here's the thing. That means the next chapter has to be her discovery of the Diamond Club and all the people she bangs. This chapter needed to end with her saying, like, I'll show him. I'm going to explore my sexuality with anyone who I run across for the next 18 chapters.
I mean, do we need to spell it out? Like, I feel like she's left in a very vulnerable place where banging is. I mean, it's an erotic fiction novel. Are they going to pick up an erotic fiction novel and be like, well, I wonder if she channels her energy into building a submarine?
If you were writing the entire book, you could talk this way. But the problem is we functionally, from here on out, only have chapters where she just randomly has sex with other people. And hypothetically, since the book is called The Diamond Club, we should have a chapter where she encounters the Diamond Club and then has sex in it.
All right, so we need one more. We need a chapter, but I think there's got to be a chapter of one of them that are written that has her coming into the Diamond Club for the first time.
Not discovering the Diamond Club because we told everybody to assume that she'd already been there. So I guess I will write the second chapter where she.
Well, okay. I mean, like, you're the one. All right, can we pull back the curtain a little bit on this whole, like, you not wanting to write a chapter?
No, it's not that I don't want to write a chapter. It's just that I felt like the first chapter was so important. I wanted a professional writer to write it. I wanted Scott Sigler to write the first chapter because that's the one that's going to be in the demo that people download. But I think what you did was great. It's half the story. But now I'm going to have to write the second chapter where she discovers the Diamond Club.
Boom, boom, baby. I'm excited about that. I want to read that.
Maybe she's worked at the Diamond Club previously.
Oh, wouldn't that be a twist? Like she's written it out of her memory.
Maybe she's coming home. Like maybe she left but like we have her starting coding in like college. It's like how early can she be working at the Diamond Club and have it not be illegal?
Maybe this was how she put herself through college. You never know.
You know what? That's not bad. Okay, look, let's do this. The book is whatever the book is. We suspect we got a hit on our hands. Here's the one thing we're going to say flatly and without qualification. You're going to buy it on next Tuesday. We all agree. We all pinky swear. It's 99 stupid cents. And I don't care if you don't have an iTunes account. You're going to make one because these are the dues to pay to be in the Diamond Club is you got to make the Diamond Club book hit number 1 so that we can go and be famous on CNN and make a mockery of those institutions.
Absolutely. Happy in the chat room says, so all female engineers are sluts? To which I say, yes.
I wish.
That's the point of this book. That's exactly what we're saying.
Okay,
every single one of them. Even the one you're thinking about that you want to tell her on Twitter that's what we're saying. That one specifically is what Brian meant when he came up with this idea.
So right now on the straw poll, people are saying like, what would be the right place to release the Diamond Club? It doesn't matter. It's going to be iTunes because iTunes is the small enough puddle that we can hit number 1 on. It's the small enough pond that we can hit number 1. It's a pain in the butt. Yes, no one likes it, which is why we can cheat and hit number 1 on it. So that's what it's going to be. iTunes.
Yeah, we're gonna rock iTunes. But I mean, all right. So, Aaron, Jason, what do you think? Is there something that we're not seeing with this plan? Because we've been so close to it for the last couple weeks.
This is the last chance we have somebody on the outside to interrupt and say, gentlemen, there's something you haven't thought of. Because we're convinced. Keep in mind, this is the team that thought Max Trollbot was a brilliant idea. Yeah, and so we acknowledge that we may not be.
So we thought Max Trollbot was such a good goddamn idea. Like we're retiring on Max Trollbot dolls. Yes. Like that's it. Like it's easy street from here on out because we can just boom 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 cash in on this Trollbot idea.
So that's why we need real people.
And 2 shows it killed later.
I'm pretty convinced that everybody else had the problem on Max Trollbot.
Yes. Okay, good. That's great to hear. I'm glad that you're on our team. But you're not seeing anything we're missing on this plan that we have.
No, the plan looks pretty rock hard, if you ask me.
So to speak.
I think what you need is good artwork.
Oh, no. I've asked people in the chat room to send me a link to the cover because I wanted you to see the cover, but so far nobody has sent anything to me. Please, guys in the chat room, send me over a link to the cover because I think the cover is what makes it. We had somebody put together. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Yes. Here it is right here. The Diamond Club by Patricia Harkins Bradley, and it'll be black and white except for the kiss.
Oh yeah, that's popped out as red.
It's like red on a black and white background. I'm not crazy about this font. We may have to change this.
Yeah, that font's a little iffy.
Yeah.
If there's some way to like turn the O of diamond into the Diamond Club sign of some sort subtly, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. There is this.
Would that be too much?
You want to know what? I might be able to enlist some fonty friends of mine.
Some fonty friends of mine?
Well, they're like professional designers, and they've been doing nothing since I've met them in college than hoarding fonts like Smeagol and just obsessing over them.
They're font barons, is what you're saying.
They're font barons, absolutely. Yes. And they've finally gotten to a point where that pays for their livelihood. But I think that they would be into a silly idea like this, maybe willing to spare a font for our cover.
Awesome. Okay, well, that's good. Awesome. Well, then we'll be able to play with it. And in fact, they have already sent over a link to the PSD as well.
Tom Z suggests it's got to be Comic Sans. B-words love Comic Sans.
I have a lot of scientists buying the book.
It's pretty
Absolutely. So, I mean, you know,
Oh, that's what was that a reference to the Higgs boson
Yes.
thing? Oh my god, that's awesome. I don't know which I'm happier about, that you made that joke or that I got it. That's amazing.
all right, so what do we need to, I mean, like, do we know how many chapters, how many words? Like, I mean, do we want to have a drop dead date like Friday night, Saturday night that we need to
I'm
have
gonna say
this live?
Friday night submissions close. Everybody, just if you need help on Twitter, just do a hashtag chat realm and shout to the world. That's hashtag CHATREALM, and people will hook you up with the links for all that. But yeah, it's all at bit.ly/the Diamond Club book. Is that what it is?
I don't know. All I know is that Aaron Becker said more like the large hard-on collider.
Oh, you didn't see that joke? Yeah. All right. So the important thing is we're highly optimistic about this. We're going to move it forward. But look, people are done hearing about the book. Book is you're gonna buy it 1 week from today. We're gonna have a huge release party, so to speak. And then we're gonna have our friends from Get Set Go who come and join us. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. Let me look up when Get Set Go is.
I could have sworn it was next week. It better be.
Be a lot of party at that release party.
Oh wait, hold on. All of a sudden you're super quiet. Are you? Did somebody do something to your audio?
Oh, it was cut. It was
so to
eliminated.
speak.
No, you're back. So to
But
speak.
I'm back. So to speak.
What were you saying?
I was just wondering if there are going to be a lot of people at that release party.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh, but Get Set Goes in 2 weeks.
A lot of
that's
people
gonna be
at the
our
release
party.
party.
Okay, all right.
That's
What? You better wait in 2 weeks. Okay, yeah. No, that works. All right.
24th. The 24th. Our friends, the people who do the ending theme of this show, will be here in part of our summer music series. They're going to play live, all up in the Twit Cottage in Petaluma. It's going to be a super sweet time. We'll have a hell of an episode. We're going to release. The book then. And, man, that's going to be one hell of an episode. I'm really pumped about that. And that really leads, that's kind of the kickoff, I feel, to the biggest NSFW episode of the year.
At Dragon Con, yeah, which we finally can confirm. It finally just came in that we're definitely going to be at Dragon Con. If you're anywhere in the Southeast, if you want to make it out to the best comic book anime convention, and if you want to finally, for the first year ever, hear Justin not cry and complain about how he wasn't on some magical list of people, because this year he is on a magical list of people. This is the year for him.
I'm an attending professor, or it's annotated polygamist.
Yes.
Yes.
You're an
I don't know.
AP.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. And this is more to Brian, that I bitch constantly and I moan and scream and complain because I'm an entitled brat about how I wasn't a guest for the last 2 years at Dragon Con. And this year, instead of getting a rejection letter, I got a letter saying, well, you're not a guest, but you are a thing that gets you all the things that you wanted to be with the guests,
Right.
which is basically a free badge. And they just acknowledge, hey, thank you for making
Which,
us money.
ironically, keep
That
in
works.
mind, you always got a free badge, because
I've never paid for a badge.
yeah, I always just made you my guest on there, and it was fine anyway.
Well,
But
that
now
was
you
the
got-
first year. The second year, I got it through Twit, and this year I'll get it. But it's not whether or not I get in there for free. It's whether or not they appreciate the fact that I'm there doing something.
All right. Okay, so the question is, Justin, do we want to? We got half an episode left to go that we didn't fill talking about our stupid book. Do we want to talk about the videos that we got, or do we want to play with this ridiculous TV Superstars scrapbook, my weekly reader that we have?
I mean, I would say we could, because the other thing we're gonna do is break down an '80s video, right?
Well, we don't have one, unfortunately. It was the Facts of Life, not Family Ties, what I said earlier. Here you go. Look.
People are saying videos. They're clamoring for videos.
All right. Well, I don't know if we want to
Well,
talk.
all right. I mean, but So you've had this in the studio, and you just keep pointing at it
That's
whenever.
nice. I remember all of these pictures.
Oh, right? How amazing.
I remember them. I think what I appreciate about this book is the reminder on the back page that there was once a character named Tootie.
Yes.
Yeah.
B.A. Baracus, Kit, Tootie, and Arnold. You know their TV names, but who are the real people behind them? Find out in this photo-packed book.
It's a shame that the name Tootie never really took off other than this TV show.
I'll tell you what, it did in our household. In fact, I can now reveal that my third child will be named Tootie Brushwood.
That hair.
All right,
That's,
so we got.
that's a nice book. I could read that all day and night.
All right, how about this? I'm going to give you vital statistics, and you tell me what actor or character I'm naming from this book. All right, this is from the Weekly Reader.
Go ahead.
All right,
Yeah.
height.
The black one.
That's there it is.
Yes!
You got it. That's pretty good.
Wow, you are good at this, Justin Robert
I'm very good.
Okay, let me see if I can find another one. Okay, vital statistics for this one is okay. Height.
The gay one.
It's good. Kit was definitely gay. It's amazing.
It's true.
It's incredible.
Did you ever hear his voice? He definitely was.
Well, yeah, no. He clearly, if there was ever a gay card, that was the one. All right, here we go.
He was really into Michael.
You kept saying Michael's
Sit down,
name.
Michael.
Push the other button, Michael.
All right, here we go. This is a serious one. All right, height 5'1.5" weight 130 pounds, hair brown, eyes blue, marital status single, birthday May 20th, birthplace Los Angeles, present home Los Angeles.
Nancy Reagan.
Tootie.
No.
Oh, it's Mrs. What's her name? It's the maid from the right.
It was Mindy Cohn,
her.
Natalie. Which, by the way, do you know what
Natalie.
she does now? Do you know what you've heard her voice on? She voices Velma on the new Scooby-Doo episodes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, look at that.
So there's that.
long
All right,
way.
look, that's about as interesting as that crap's gonna get. All right, let's move on. Let's look at some videos here. This is all right. Look, we'll just pack this full of everything. This was gonna be our opening video. I'm gonna have you guys decide which of these are the best. You'll be our celebrity judges, Aaron and Jason. Here we go. First contender, Super Golden Friends. Go.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you're through a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend.
All right, so where are you so far with entry number one?
Man, awesome.
I'm crying. Sorry.
Rate
Yeah,
it
that
on a
brings back
scale of 1 to
memories.
10.
Right there.
Yeah, you got to give it on a scale of 1 to 10. Where are we at?
I'd give that one a solid 8. I thought it was well done. I'm pretty positive that they reenacted the actual, actors.
It looks like they
Yeah.
rotoscoped the
They
actual
rotoscoped,
actors.
yeah.
They did. They
Yeah.
did. I don't know.
So,
I'd give
yeah.
it a 7. I mean, Batman and Robin's performance wasn't spot on.
Looked a little
Aquaman
too
did
old.
pretty good. Aquaman was pretty good, but
All right, okay.
I'll give
look.
it a 7.
Next up, we have a very compelling advertisement. Here we go. Now, let me make it clear. That was an actual advertisement for the Intel Ultrabook.
I'm very confused by that one. I don't know how I feel. On one hand, I kind of hated it, but on the other hand, there were a few moments where I couldn't help but kind of laugh a little bit.
You kind
And
of
on
loved
that split. I have to give it a 5.
Okay. Wow. Interesting. Aaron, what about you?
Yeah, I saw that before, so maybe I didn't. Maybe the effect wore off. I would say I'd probably give it a 6. God. I mean, anything in Japan is good. I like the China 7-Up commercial a little better.
Oh no, China 7-Up commercial's awesome, but it's okay. So interesting. So not weird.
I'm not a fan of political humor. 1.
All right, fair enough. All right, then we got this thing. All right, that's from the Irish clipboard called No Friends. What do you think?
That was great.
That's pretty good.
1 out of 10. Well, and let's just say, is
like
it
the Golden
better
Friends
or
best, I
worse than the first one?
Yeah, Super Golden Friends, better or worse?
For me, it was worse. I like the Super Golden Friends better.
I think I appreciate the work that went into the Super Golden Friends a little bit more than that one, although that one was very funny.
It was good.
More so than the pity for that poor Irish lad.
I mean, at the end, it kind of got me, and I started crying a little bit inside. But
you roll
somebody
a
called,
fat
so he's
tear.
okay.
Holy
He does.
crap.
He gets a call.
Somebody just busted out, Ipsy Versus in the chat room just busted out a reference to this out. Shoot, man, this I almost cursed on the air. He says from E to Pi, which like early on in the BB Live Show days, I used to insist that everybody rate everything on a scale from E to Pi, which means it could be somewhere between like 2.6, whatever the rest of E is, to 3.14159 continuing. And so I should bring back the E to Pi scale on there. That's amazing. 2.71, people are correcting me. All right, we got a dancing walrus that dances to Michael Jackson.
Way to spoil it.
Grabs his crotch. I'm voting for this one.
Unfortunately, it ends like that's if there's a downside of this video is that it ends too fast. It's got
Now
like
people are saying it's fake. You can't. I mean, that doesn't look fake.
Well, no, I mean there definitely was a walrus. I mean this is at a theme park. Granted, if you're gonna ding it, go ahead and ding it for being something that was pre-produced and not authentic in and of made from the internet, right?
Well, I mean, like it was. It's a routine that legitimately exists, is what we have to all agree to believe, right?
Sure. Yeah. No.
And I would have no reason to think that's not the case.
It was incredibly precise. I would not expect a walrus to be so dope on the dance floor.
What would be cool is if they actually did that to like the theme song to like Dora the Explorer or something like that, and then they dubbed in Michael Jackson. That would be kind of cool. But
oh, if there was a twist, you would like to see
twist.
that internet trick. You would like to see that mashup culture involved in this somehow.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I could totally see that.
I appreciate the work that probably went into the choreography. Having said that, I'd probably give it a 2.91 out of 3.14.
Okay. So what does that translate into a 1 out of 10?
Oh, we're not on
pretty
the
high, actually.
No, there's a
on the
reason.
Eat a Pie.
There's a reason we gave up the Eat a Pie scale.
Oh, sorry.
Apparently, it wasn't a hit.
Oops. I don't know. I'd give
Whoopsie-doodle.
that one a 4 to a 5, somewhere right around there.
Okay, so not so hot.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah. All right.
Well, Brian, I'll tell you what. Why don't we play one video that we played before the show?
Oh wait.
That these guys have already seen.
Okay. All right.
Let's bring it back.
Let's
one
rock
more
it again.
time.
Let's see how this goes over. Should I give the title, Justin?
No.
All right.
I mean, if you're watching, then watch it. If not, we'll explain what happened.
All right, here we go.
The small pie. Dělá video, jo? Tak jo.
Holy cow!
No? Good.
Yes.
Let's reward it by feeding it now. Yeah, good job.
Gosh,
buddy.
don't put your fingers in there.
That is amazing to me. It's for those audio listeners. You got a little goat, a baby goat, essentially.
It's just a goy, just such a beautiful, cute little goat, and he's getting fed by two what looks to be Midwestern tourists.
Sure.
Two young lads. And then a bison just comes over and literally in comical fashion hooks some horns and then tosses them right
Flips
over
him
his
around,
bison's
dude.
shoulder.
People are saying
It looks like they trained him to do that.
Yeah.
Because the goat knows what's coming. He's like, get me out of here.
No, you're right. It's the anticipation. The goat's just like, oh, screw this.
I'm going to go through this fence. No, I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I also would like the idea of flipping goats as a rap song.
Y'all flipping goats.
I'm a buffalo flipping goat.
Yeah.
So
Flipping goats.
I
don't know. 2 Chainz.
I don't know. Man, it's hard when you've seen it once before, but that was pretty hilarious the first time. I'd have to put it at least close to the first that we saw, but I don't know if it beats it. That first one, I really appreciated it.
Yeah,
I was actually laughing out loud at the golden
Super,
friend, so
the Golden Super Friends. Well, I guess Super Golden Friends, I guess, has to be the winner then. So
Kings of the Internet.
Congratulations.
Kings of the Internet.
Speaking of King of the Internet, you know who's actually running for King of the Internet is NSFW alumni, one Rosanna Paisano from Zombie President.
Zombie President, yeah, one of the vixens from Zombie President, who does a fantastic YouTube show, by the way, called Nerdy Nummies.
Yes, I watched some of those. It's brilliant because it's got the adorable factor and it's got that satisfying end, and she's an engaging personality. I'll tell you what, should show some love to Rosanna Paisano.
Yeah, I'm sure someone's got a link in the chat room, but hook it up there. And then also, let me just give a big fat shout out. One of a long-time chat realmer who does nothing but drop everything in his life to make awesome videos for us whenever we ask. Bill Meeks is raising money right now to go to Dragon Con and cover it for Bleeding Cool. And he's having a little Kickstarter. It's not Kickstarter. It's on Indiegogo, I believe. But if somebody can toss his link in the chat room.
Well, and by the way, this is it's even in a different class of fundraising, because it's not in the least bit about what is it, $500 he needs in order to go, and he's not even going just because I want to go to Dragon Con. He's doing it because he's a contributor to Bleeding Cool and he wants to represent the show at Dragon Con, of course.
And he did it last year. Did a fantastic job. I know I'm going to toss $50 his way as soon as the show is over. I've been meaning to all day, but I've been traveling. So
no, I'll tell you. I mean, go ahead.
Hit him up. He's great. He's fantastic. And if you want NSFW, somebody with an NSFW sensibility covering Dragon Con and creating content for you, if maybe you can't go, this would be a great way to do it. He's got 16 days left. I'm sure he'll hit 500. But big shout out to Bill Meeks, man. Sure. He is an absolute killer.
All right, gentlemen. I guess we're
the man.
I guess we're about to wrap things up. All about Android. Talk to us about Androids and why we should be all about them.
Well, you should be all about them because they're awesome and they aren't locked down like your silly little iOS devices.
Woo! Shots fired.
Yeah, check out All About Android, twit.tv/AAA. We also record live every Tuesday right before this little fancy show you guys do, NSFW, at 5 p.m. Pacific. Aaron Newcomb is not normally on All About Android regularly, but definitely fills in. But Aaron, you've got a lot of other stuff going on as well, too.
Yeah, you could also check out Floss Weekly if you want to know about open source software. It's pretty much the opposite of Not Safe for Work. If you want to have a completely different experience, talk about what's so great about open source software and all that kind of stuff. I'm actually going to be on co-hosting tomorrow morning, 8:30, right here. Actually, I won't be in the cottage. I'll be remote, but Right, cottage. Did I say cottage? Brick
Hey,
house.
yeah, that's
No,
okay.
the brick
Yeah.
house.
Sorry, I've been doing this
Brick
long.
cottage. What's
Be in the brick cottage here. Yeah, tomorrow morning. So check out Floss Weekly. 8:30.
Awesome.
People are pointing out you could cover our book, which is open source. We're going to open source this book as soon as it's released.
Awesome. Creative Commons and all that.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely do something. Whatever doesn't prohibit us from making all the money. All right, so let me just say this about all about Android, man. You guys, all of a sudden, it just kind of started off like you guys talking about phones, and now, like, the Android OS is just so many places. You guys just talk about like every different kind of consumer device. Now that they have the Nexus Orb and
Yeah,
you know,
no, this is huge.
Yeah, whatever that thing is.
You guys were visionary to make it an Android show, not necessarily a phone show.
Well, I don't know if Android, when we started the show a little over a year and a half ago, I don't know if we necessarily saw that Android could be different things, but it's convenient that it worked out that way.
yeah.
You did right by yourselves. That's for damn
take it.
sure. Are you kidding me? That's amazing.
So
Thank
all right, just to get our requisite tech knowledge in for because we are a Twitch show, we're legally mandated to have tech knowledge. That the cool Android phone is now no longer banned in the USA. The Apple
Galaxy
thing
Nexus?
is lifted.
This little bad boy right here. Well,
That's it.
I mean, technically it probably will be, but the ban has been lifted temporarily, so you can still get it. Go to the Play Store if you want to get the Galaxy Nexus, and you can still order it. But potentially it's going to be banned again.
Is it that good? It's so good it should be banned.
Oh yeah, it's like the forbidden fruit, right there.
That's
Get it while you can. Get it while it's hot.
It's actually going to come with, and this is part of, and like we're breaking news here on the NSFW show, but it's going to come with a copy of Two Live Crews banned in the USA on every new Galaxy Nexus. That's true. I learned that.
Yeah.
That's
NSFW
why
is now
Android users,
reporting.
sport tats on their laptops, yo.
Yeah. We should actually go ahead and check in on one other thing as well. If you paid attention to last week's episode, we had Ernie Klein on. He just tweeted right now that as of this moment, 999 Gunters have cleared the first gate in the Ready Player One Easter egg hunt, and 250 have cleared the second gate. He's excited because that sounds like a lot of people. I'm excited because that sounds like virtually nobody.
Yes.
If you can get through those first two gates, you have a 1 in 250 chance of getting a DeLorean. And when you do, all you have to do is promise to put the little NSFW Diamond Club thing. That's another way to pay your dues to the Diamond Club. You can either pay 99 cents for the book, The Diamond Club, coming out in 2 weeks, or you can
win the DeLorean.
Yes, exactly. Either way.
All right. One other also quick housekeeping note. Last week I talked a lot about how much I love Spider-Man. Brian went and saw Spider-Man. He did not have the same opinion I did. If you want to hear me, Brian, and Andrew Main yell about Spider-Man, download the brand new episode of Weird Things, which will go up not but an hour and a half after this show.
Yeah, no, it was a particularly geeky episode of the show, and I'm not going to talk about why I didn't like the show because I already talked about it on Frame Rate and Weird Things, but there's that. So there's that.
Yeah, so thank you very, very much, Jason Howell, Aaron Newcomb. You guys are so good. Thank you for hanging out. I feel like you guys have shepherded us along with the book. So
no, this is huge because we got some genuine otherworldly.
Aaron, you gotta touch your
sorry.
finger.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
You gotta do that right there. Boom, boom, boom. So excited about Dragon Con. It's gonna be amazing. And there is one little extra thing we got to do. Wait for it, gentlemen. Wait for it, and boom.
Welcome to Movie Draft Minute for the week of July 9th, 2012. I'm your host, Roberto Villegas. You cannot comprehend the true form of this draft. Here comes week 16. Sarah Lane's in 6th place with $36.9 million. Veronica Belmont's in 5th place with $198.4 million. Justin Robert Young's in 4th place with The Amazing Spider-Man bringing in a whopping $140 million this week, bringing his total to $518.4 million. Brian Brushwood's in 3rd place with $589.5 million. Tom Tom Merritt's in second place with $627.1 million. And in first place with a whopping $633.6 million, it's Scott Johnson. And with that, we have 8 more movies to go, and that is your Movie Draft Minute for the week of July 9th, 2012.
Hey, do you
Coming for that number 1 spot this week.
do you think you got a chance at winning? You think you got a chance of winning this whole thing?
Top of the plow, goddamn humdinger.
Gold cup, blue ribbon, giant foam finger, number 1. Yes, totally.
I'll tell you what, basically, it all depends on this week, how much all of my second week action is for Spider-Man, Ted, and Brave. If I can have a big week this week and Total Recall kind of gets swallowed up by Dark Knight, and Dark Knight doesn't make all the money in the world, a lot of things need to happen.
That's a double whammy right there. Tell me this much. Do you acknowledge that you are way happier that you got Ted than G.I. Joe?
No kidding. No kidding.
Right?
It's nice, and also I'm glad
nice
that
to
I
have
didn't get
a
Medea like I wanted to.
It is nice to have a movie that cost you $9 make $120 so far and be number 1 on the list. You're right.
I don't know if G.I. Joe would have done poorly, though. I don't think that's
it wouldn't have done that
G.I.
good.
Joe could have been.
There's no way. Ted right now, look at this. You made
Ted's a monster. Ted's a monster.
$124 million for $9? Come on, man. You inherited the number 1. You got an Inception level buy this year, and it was inherited. There's no way.
It's the only reason why I'm in the mix, and I need Ted to do another, to continue to do strong business, and I need Brave to continue to bring in money.
I'll tell you what.
But I'll tell you what. I think I'm definitely in the top 3 after this week, and it just really depends on how close I am to the number 2 or number 1 slot.
I think it's fascinating that nobody counts the current number 1 as having a chance, because of course Scott's out of movies, but he's at number 1, $634 million. I would love it, love it if I could drift across the $600 million mark total, just to be in respectable, just for respectable territory. It's like this was not a good year for me. But man, some good surprises this go around.
I don't know. Scott's got a chance when they re-release the Three Stooges on a whim in a couple of weeks, just to meet demand.
Fair enough.
He's got a chance.
Fair enough.
And then meanwhile, it all depends on Sarah Lane and Batman.
There's no way, and I've said this on other podcasts. I'm going to say it again. I might as well just go all in on it. There is no way that The Dark Knight Rises will make more money than The Avengers. I'm going to flat out state that as fact.
It's going to be close.
Or for the fact that I already owe you a steak. I bet you steak. I don't know. I think I'm not sure that it will. I'm saying it's kind of crazy to think that it can't.
I'm not saying that I don't think that it can. I'm not saying this is a sure bet. I'm not saying, sell your stock and invest in a bet on my behalf. I'm saying that my gut is telling me they're just indicators that this movie's not going to do as well as we all assumed it would 4 months ago, especially after how well The Avengers did.
Wait, how has The Avengers' success made this less likely?
Well,
are people burnt out on superheroes or something?
No. Well, no.
I mean, that the Spider-Man grosses wouldn't indicate that.
No, that is correct. I'm not saying that the success of the Avengers negatively affected The Dark Knight Rises, but I am going to say that it certainly negatively affected The Dark Knight Rises' chance of doing better than the Avengers. But
because it did so well.
Right, exactly. So, which by the way, that was the initial thing that I started off with, was saying that there's no way it'll make more money than the Avengers. The other thing is, the Avengers was rock solid, chock full of positive vibes, and there's none of that in the Dark Knight movie, and positivity tends to win.
What do you mean positive vibes?
I'm just saying there was joy in the Avengers, and I don't see any joy coming up.
There was joy in Dark Knight?
Well, no, that's just
Yeah, I mean, the
the
thing
first,
about
like,
the
Dark
whole
Knight with the
Batman
Joker?
reboot is
Yeah,
that it's
people
all
like that.
very dark.
I know,
that's
and
kind of its appeal.
I'm saying that the same sea change that surprised everyone with how excited that we were for the Avengers, because nobody expected Avengers to be this big a hit, and one of the aspects of the Avengers is that it was filled with comic book cheese, and it was a joy and a delight to behold. That same sea change is going to negatively impact The Dark Knight, I think. I think we're tired of gritty and dark in comic book movies, and I think we're open to some more joy.
But then,
and Ronak says,
but then Spider-Man is super gloomy and angsty, and that's making a gajillion dollars.
not nowhere near in the same neighborhood as the Avengers, though.
That's true.
Right, and if anything, it's gonna steal some of the gloom thunder of The Dark Knight Rises. In fact, everything you're saying is making me more confident in my prediction.
Okay, well, we will see. It's certainly making a crap ton of money. It is the number 3 highest grossing domestic film of all time.
Which one?
The Avengers.
The Avengers, yeah. So you're saying again, only making me feel better about my initial proclamation.
Okay. Listen. We're just talking about it. I'm not. Yeah. It doesn't always have to be like and that's and that's why you're wrong, Brian. We're just having a conversation.
You're right. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm still on guard from our argument over Spider-Man. Which one of you guys saw Spider-Man? Was it Jason or Aaron? Aaron, what did you think of Spider-Man?
I thought it was good. I thought it was reboot worthy.
Huh. All right.
Not great. I mean, could have been. I mean, it's been done so many times now. But then again, I was a fan of the Amazing Spider-Man comic book series.
Sure. Look, I loved it. Loved the comic book. I was way disappointed in the development of the villain, though. Would you put?
Yeah.
Would the Lizard of this movie make even the top 20 list of comic book villains in movies that you've seen?
No.
Would it even make the top 30?
No.
But it's not a story.
You're
about
right
the
about
villain.
that. I think it's. When I say I liked it because I like the story. I mean, if you take, you're right. You put the villain in, he kind of trounces everything. But if you take the Lizard out of it, I thought it was pretty good. The story was compelling. You had the whole element of the parents and searching for the parents and all that kind of stuff. So
well, I'll tell you this much: I genuinely thought the romantic charisma, was adorable between the two leads. I thought they were fantastic. Emma Stone and Garfield the cat were amazing.
Surprisingly good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was also disappointed in the Lizard Man.
The Lizard Man coming out next week. All right, look, let's wrap things up here. Thank you guys very much for joining us. You guys are amazing. I love each and every one of you.
Adios.
I got one more thing before we wrap things up. This is a repeat, but it's so good. It deserves it.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say it's even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. Days go by, it's the bigger love of the family.
Oh my God, I forgot how good that was. It's amazing.